Is it on? Are we broadcasting? Hi there. I'm really hoping that you can see me and hear my voice. I hope that we're doing it right. It's just the two of us. But there's something that you need to know. There's some information that I need to share. I'm really sorry, I don't really know how to do this. I'm not really comfortable in front of a camera, and truth be told, I'm not entirely sure we've got it working properly, but here goes. I mean, to start with, who knew the end of days would happen, well, so quickly. Look this way. And that it wouldn't be caused by, war or those crazy things. No, not even aliens, and let's be honest, a good bit of cosmic horror would be good right now, wouldn't it? But it would be us, and well, it would be the dead. And it happened so quickly, just. But that's not why we're here. The emergency broadcast system was telling us everything was going to be okay. And well, we now know that was a lie, and to hold tight, and everything would be okay, and it wasn't. They'd come for us, and they didn't. But eventually, they were honest enough to let us know that we were on our own. But here's the thing. It didn't quite pan out like it does in the films, did it? It wasn't, what kind of zombie are we dealing with? Oh, scary, or is it fast? Is it slow? What is it? It might be that this is local to us, but I genuinely don't think so. Which is why I'm here. In case it's knowledge that's new to you. But, never once occurred to any of us that there'd be so many different types out to get us. Like, what's that about? Never read that in a book or seen that in a film. But that's what I thought I would do. Tell you what I have seen, the different types, and what we found their attributes are, I suppose we could say. I've made notes. Because I don't want to leave anything out. What did we say we were going to talk about? What they look like. How they hunt, I suppose. And what you can do to make them go away or stop them altogether. Anyway. We named them because we thought it might help to categorise. I mean, not like people names, like a classification. Do you want to do this? It's difficult. Not sure I was meant to be in front of the camera. I mean, back before now. Well, it doesn't matter what I did or who I was. None of that matters now. Anyway, I think we managed to class them into 6 different types. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like if you include, well, when they group, you know, but let's get into it, sorry. So, the first group are the group that we know and love, I guess. What we thought we'd be dealing with. Your typical end of the world grade zombie. Ones that just stand there, waiting for you, I guess. And we name them dormant. And because, well, that's what they are. At first glance, you'd be forgiven for assuming that, you know, they were dead. I mean, they are dead, but as in inanimate, I suppose. You'll know this. We know this. Unless something is done to make the move, to draw their attention, they're not too difficult, really, to deal with. Just keep out the way. You being near them might also set them off. Just don't let them know you're there. The thing, though, with the dormant ones, is that they, well, tend to be in groups. So if from afar you think it might be other survivors, that's what we are, isn't it? Not people, not humans anymore, just... Well, it might not be as it seems. Let me look. Keep my notes. You can't tell them apart from the actual dead. The dead. The lucky ones, I guess. And you're most likely to see them when you're out scavenging. You know, when you're out and about living your life. The best thing to do is assume that all bodies are the dormant ones. Yeah, assume everything is out to get you. And so give everything a really wide berth. You can always, you know, throw something. See if it starts moving, but if it does, you've then got to deal with it. But, you can deal with them in the normal way. In the way that we were taught early on. A way that most of us thought we could never do, huh? We do, don't we? It's what we have to do. That's okay. The dormant ones, you know. And then there are the ones that sound a bit like us. It was never in any survival guide that they could talk. The talking ones. But they imitate, they don't know what they're saying. Behind those eyes, they're gone. We think they learn by being around. From what we've seen, it's like they're listening and learning, but just that. They never seem to be able to repeat back more than what they've heard. There's no learning taking place. There's no language acquisition. It's simply repetition. Like a really, really bad ventriloquist. But they are good at sounding, well, just like you, really. It's uncanny. The first time you hear it. But there is the odd inaccuracy, which is, helpful. And obviously, well, if you hear your own voice, time to run as fast as you can, really. They don't look like the dormant ones at all. They look like us, and for the longest time, well, we thought they were alive, didn't we? But they're not. It's like they found a way to exploit the fact that we have empathy without really knowing what they're doing. They can adapt fast. Best thing to do is just turn around and run. Just remember, always trust your gut. If you think someone is listening in, well, they probably are. If you think something's hiding round the corner, learning to talk like you, probably is. Back before the world went to hell, paranoia was a very real and possible thing, but I don't believe in that anymore. And I know that makes me sound paranoid. But yeah, go with your gut is what we say, isn't it? Go with that gut. The next ones are very similar. Rather than talking, they kind of sound like echoes. It's like nothing you've ever heard before. It doesn't even sound human. But if you stop to listen, you've had it. If you stop to listen to what's going on, it's too late. They know that. Unlike the others that just use the voice. What causes that? But that's not why I'm here. The why really doesn't matter at this point. They use that confusion to their advantage in the same way that we do. when we're trying to run, trying to outfox, trying to survive. I guess they're doing something similar in their own way. But it is a lure. They are luring you in. It's quite clever, really. So if you hear something that sounds like a voice but isn't quite a voice, just run. Don't investigate. Don't second guess yourself, just run. Don't respond either. Don't let it know that you know. Just be silent. And once again, we can, deal with them in the usual way. Next. You okay? No, I know. All sorts of sounds and things going on. Did you hear something? Okay, well, I can pick it up a bit. Sorry, I'm ruminating in front of the camera. Okay. What did you hear? Don't worry. Just, if we need to go, just tell me. These are the ones that have caused us the most problems. I call them burrowers because that's exactly what they do. Beneath our feet, burrowing like machines, not stopping, not getting tired, but listening so carefully for vibration, for movement patterns, for all of it. I have to speed this up. I thought we had to go. Listen. Unlike all these others, just stood there waiting, or creeping round and stalking, these strike upwards from below. And if you get yourself into a building, they somehow get themselves into the walls. You can't see them, and you can't really hear them until they're ready to attack, and attack they do. They punish predictable movements. So we found it useful to, not stay anywhere for too long. If they realise you've got a base, once or twice we've had to fight our way out from being surrounded. But we did. We did. They themselves move unpredictably. But, much like with scarecrows, if you can find something that will make a regular and predictable sound, put it away from where you are. They'll head towards that. They're smart but so dumb sometimes, you know. They don't like the daylight particularly, I guess. They've become accustomed to working in underground conditions. And so, it's your advantage if you can escape that initial attack. Don't get scratched and don't get bitten, you know. Anyway. Sure you're alright? Yeah, I'm busy telling what I hope is a sizable part of the population to trust my gut, and my gut's saying run right now. You sure? Our biggest threat, I call the preserved. Do you remember? Before this all happened, there was talk of people coming back. Talk of people who had left us, returning. Crazy stories, almost like urban myths. And they denied it. The government always denied it. And yet there were those odd videos, pictures of, the dead being stored upright. You remember all of that? And that's what these guys look like. They look like us. They can't talk like the others. But the brain power they've retained is insane. They can strategize. How? Upon first approach, they seem calm. Like other survivors. They cooperate. If you ask them to turn around and face you, they will. And in that moment, you can't tell the difference. May as well be like you, me. We think they have recently started coordinating with the other zombies, for want of a better word. They're not infected, they're dead. They coordinate them quite nicely. They're a huge, huge threat. But you have to ascertain who they are because, well, they look like us. You can't just go around, dealing with them in the usual way. If they might be survivors. Anyway. Remember they're intelligent, and also remember that just because someone can't speak doesn't mean they're one of the preserved ones. With these guys, you have to put in a little bit of trust. Don't underestimate them, though. Still not sure they're a thing. But that's what we've observed. I mean, if they are survivors, good God. I always used to say, the most dangerous thing in the apocalypse will be humans. I don't believe that anymore. But then finally, the groups, the hordes, that they can hang around in very large groups. Their coordination is astonishing. And they are drawn to everything we do. Sound, movement, activity. Cards are stacked against us, really. And they accumulate so fast. At the end of it, you're never sure how you got away. Without at least one scratch or one bite, you know. It's like there's no escape. But they will collect and group, and they do. You'll find all the types I mentioned in there. So I guess the best thing to do is just keep moving. Listen, I really hope that this has helped. I really hope that you can see me, that you can hear me. And yeah, I really hope that I can get each and every one of you. So you can get each and every one of you. Can you hear